Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today, a video about Lego set 6385 Firehouse 1 from 1985. This box was included in a batch of other boxes that I bought in a larger package. By purchasing it in combination with other sets, I got the whole box and also this set at an affordable price. I wasn't specifically looking for this set, but I still find it interesting to view and discuss it. As you could see in my previous videos, I already have some fire stations in my collection and have acquired a lot of knowledge about the sub-theme fire. The most recent set for this is set 6382 from 1981. I have good memories of making that set. The first thing I notice is that the set from 1981 is almost similar. The set from 1985 feels like an update, and at first glance I see very few differences. Of course, the size, artwork, and design of the box are immediately noticeable. This is not a box where you have to slide the cover off the inlay, but with side flaps that you have to open and from which you have to take out a separate cardboard inlay. And it's also a classic Legoland outer box with the well-known yellow color on the side, with a flap that you can open containing plastic foil, and in the best case the blister too, but unfortunately it's not included. Here you see a photo of what the set looked like with the complete original packaging. Unfortunately, the box is a bit damaged, but like I said, I didn't pay much for it. Actually, I paid the value of the bricks, and I got the box for free. The way it's damaged looks strange. You don't have to pull on this cardboard at all to open the box. But with some skill, I can restore this. I can do this by cutting yellow cardboard strips from another damaged box. By neatly gluing the strips to the damaged parts, it will look a lot better. By the way, this plastic foil can also be kept and used to restore a box with the plastic foil missing. So damaged boxes can also be valuable to do some small restoration work. All in all, the box doesn't look that bad. Some signs of wear, and some damage where the seals and price tag were torn off. The photos are still nice and glossy, and it's always positive to have the cardboard with the alternative constructions. I see that you can also make a boat and even a helicopter with the available bricks. It's a model that's not like the classic small helicopter that I have built many times before, so I definitely have to try that. I also noticed the size of the box. It's not a square but a rectangle. And that gives a feeling of being a large set, which is a good marketing trick. It contains 407 pieces, which is actually not that many more than the 1981 set with 390 pieces and which came in a smaller square box. The manual is also included, which is a must for a medium-sized set. It consists of 12 pages with clear drawings, and it's easy to see which bricks you need to add per step. So I'm going to build 2 vehicles and a fire station. It's always a pity that there are no instructions for the alternative constructions, such as for building the helicopter and certainly for the boat depicted at the inside of the box. It seems already difficult to me to build on site, so for a 6-year-old child it's not ideal either. Let's look at the minifigs. There are 3 in total, of which only 2 are firefighters. The designers may have had to make budgetary choices, but I think it's a pity that this comes at the expense of extra minifigures. The neutral minifig should not have been a must for me, and it could have been an additional firefighter. The helmets are white in this set, and that's cool. That way they stand out more, and not everything is black like in the previous set. And also very cool that one firefighter is equipped with an air tank. The base plate is a road 32 by 32 with 3 driveways and is found in 3 other sets. so it is not unique. It's actually exactly the same base plate that will be used later in set 6389, which came out after this one in 1990. I like the base plate in set 6382 more, and that is a unique one with numbers drawn on it. All the bricks are on the table here, and of course I see a lot of red bricks. In addition to some black and white bricks, which is obvious too, I also see some blue parts. Blue is not really a color that I associate with a fire station, but when it comes to nice details, it might give a good result, so I'll see about that at the end. Further, I don't see many special parts, but I do see 3 hoses and some nice accessories. These windows also stand out, and it was in that year 1985 that they were used for the first time in various sets. I also noticed that I don't see any ready-made pieces, and I always find that positive. So it will be another afternoon of classic Lego brick building. I'm going to start building the fire trucks. The first is a car with a classic 80s design. The base is a precast form, on which some plates, steering wheel, doors, and a window are placed. And this model also has a folding roof. I have the impression that this version contains fewer bricks than its predecessor from 1981, and above all, it doesn't have a fire hose, walkie-talkie, or axe. I think this newer model is somewhat of a step back. It does have this extra play element. There are 2 posts with connection points for hoses and an extra mini sprinkler. But in my opinion, a 1x1 plate with a hook for accessories should have been possible. At the front, I see a sticker that I would not immediately associate with a fire truck, but rather with a heavy crane or other work vehicle. But fire trucks apparently had that on their bumpers too in the 80s. It is not clear in the manual whether the rear bumper must also have a sticker. When I look up the original sticker sheet on Bricklink, I see a total of 2 such stickers, so that will only be for the front of both vehicles. With 2 white bricks, there is still a subtle color accent, and the prints on the doors are cool, but I have seen that in an earlier design as well. So I don't think the vehicle is bad, but it's very basic and not very innovative. The truck also has a very classic structure. And here too, I have the feeling that fewer bricks were used than in its predecessor. Instead of a cabinet containing a switch panel, this model has extra hoses. It's good that there are 2 connection points with accessories, an axe and a walkie-talkie. And the large ladder in 2 parts is also an important and necessary part. The mini ladder at the front has disappeared, which is a pity. With an extra black plate, both a mini ladder and the sticker would have been possible. On the plus side, there is a switch at the back that provides an extra play element. By using a different type of window, a little more space has been created in the cockpit. Unfortunately, there is nothing extra provided for which that space was kept free. Perhaps a hook? Could there have been provided to hang the air tanks on? Now you have to place it somewhere randomly on the roof, which is not ideal. There was room for this in the previous model. So, for me, this model also has some plus and minus points. But what strikes me most is that there isn't any change in the essence of the shape of this truck either. We will have to wait until the next set in 1990 to see a truck that has round and futuristic shapes supplemented with some extra accessories. But the disadvantage of that fire truck and set is that there is no ladder in it, because the designers have fully focused on the shape of the truck and the water cannon. The final element, the fire station itself. I have quite a few bricks left for this. The the structure here is also the same as that of its predecessor. 2 garages with a garage door system and 2 rooms in the middle. In this design, they opted for a control room at the top and a kind of reception area at the bottom. This means that there is unfortunately no longer any room for a relaxation area for the firefighters. The reception area is also quite limited and looks empty. In the control room, several phones, electronics, and a chair. Here I would have liked it if the chair had been a swivel chair, and there might also have been a coffee cup. The new window type with some sloped bricks offers a nice effect, and still provides a slightly more modern look, at least in 1985. The big change is the extra tower. It contains nice parts, and there is an option to hang 2 hoses. And according to my research, those hoses were a novelty at that time. I haven't found any sets before 1985 that included hoses. So it seems to me that the designers wanted to accentuate this novelty on both the fire trucks and the tower. If that was really the approach, then I would certainly like to see more hoses provided. The sticker in the middle is a nice accent, and it even seems to be a bit larger than in the 1981 set, but the big disadvantage is of course that it covers more than 5 different bricks. Here you see both fire stations next to each other, and I must say that I have a slight preference for the one from 1981. But maybe that's because I had that one in my collection first. But personally, I think the color palette is a better choice. I'm not sure if the blue is appropriate. I still associate blue more with a police station. The grille also gives me a strange feeling for a fire station. The windows with extra stickers provide a nice added value, and of course, also the plants in the front. There are pros and cons for each set and different parts that I have shown you during the video, but I found it interesting to build also this set from 1985. For me, it's not really about good or bad, but the fact that I can add another fire station to my collection for its historical value, and that I eventually own all versions that fall within my collecting period. If you had one of the 2 sets as a child, the one you had first was probably the nicest, and it wasn't really a must to have both. Feel free to comment below this video, and don't forget to subscribe, it's free. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.